What if I told you that your brain can actually learn English while you're sleeping? I know it sounds crazy, but stay with me. Scientists have discovered something incredible about how our minds work at night. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use this power to improve your English faster than ever before. Welcome to English Stories with Alex. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of sleep learning. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever gone to bed thinking about a problem and woken up with the answer? That's your brain working while you sleep. And today, we'll explore how to make it work for your English too. Chapter 1. The Big Question. Picture this. You're exhausted after a long day of work or school. You crawl into bed, close your eyes, and drift off to sleep. But what if your phone kept playing soft English stories? What if gentle English words floated into your ears while you dreamed? Could your brain actually learn from this? Millions of English learners around the world are asking this same question. They're tired from busy schedules. They want to speak English well, but they don't have enough time during the day. So they wonder, can I learn English while I sleep? At first, this idea seems almost magical. How can you learn without reading, writing, or speaking? Just close your eyes and let the language sink in. It sounds too good to be true. Right. But here's the thing. People have been fascinated by this idea for decades. Back in the 1950s, inventors created special machines called sleep learning devices. They played language lessons through headphones all night long. Some people swore it worked. Others said it was nonsense. Then the internet changed everything. Now you can find thousands of YouTube videos promising to teach you English while you sleep. Success stories, happy learners, amazing results. It's enough to make anyone curious. But let's think about why this idea is so appealing. Learning English is hard work. Speaking fluently takes years of practice. People attend classes, study grammar books, and do everything right. But they still struggle to speak naturally. They feel frustrated and stuck. Sleep learning feels like a gift from heaven. Learn while you rest. No effort required. It's like having a secret superpower. Here's what you need to understand. Sleep isn't magic, but it is incredibly powerful. When you sleep, your brain doesn't shut down. It's actually very busy. It's cleaning, organizing, and strengthening memories. The question is, can we use this natural process to help with English? That's exactly what we're going to explore together. Chapter 2. What really happens when you sleep? Let's take a journey inside your sleeping brain. Close your eyes and imagine this. Your body becomes still and relaxed. Your breathing slows down. Your thoughts begin to fade away. But inside your head, something amazing is happening. Your brain doesn't sleep the way your body does. It stays active, working in mysterious and beautiful ways. While you rest peacefully, your brain is like a busy librarian, sorting through all the information from your day. Sleep happens in different stages. You start with light sleep, then move into deeper sleep. Finally, you enter something called REM sleep. That's when your eyes move rapidly under your eyelids and you have vivid dreams. During this stage, your brain is almost as active as when you're awake. Here's the fascinating part. Throughout these sleep cycles, your brain is making decisions about your memories. It takes everything you experienced during the day and asks, what's important? What should I keep? What can I throw away? Your brain is like a wise editor, keeping the useful stuff and deleting the rest. And this includes language learning. Let's say you learned 10 new English words yesterday. While you sleep, your brain examines each one. It checks your emotions. Did you enjoy learning this word? Was it connected to an interesting story? Did it feel important to you? If yes, your brain says, keep it. If not, it says, delete it. This process is called memory consolidation. Your brain takes weak, temporary memories and makes them strong and permanent. That's why you sometimes understand something better after sleeping on it. Now here's the exciting question. If your brain is already working with memories during sleep, can we help it along? Can we give it extra English input while it's doing this natural organizing work? Some scientists believe the answer is yes. If you hear English words again while you sleep, especially words you studied earlier that day, your brain might save them more deeply. But there's an important catch. You must hear the words while awake first. Sleep doesn't teach you completely new things. It strengthens what you already know. This is crucial to understand. Sleep learning isn't about cramming new information into your brain. It's about making existing knowledge stronger and more accessible. Chapter 3. What Science Tells Us. Let's look at the real research. Scientists around the world have been testing sleep learning in laboratories. They connect special machines to people's heads to monitor brain waves. They can see exactly what happens when someone hears language during sleep. In one famous study published in Current Biology in 2013, researchers at Northwestern University played word pairs to sleeping people. Words like cat window or book river. The sleepers had no idea this was happening. They were completely unconscious. But when they woke up, something interesting occurred. They could guess the correct word pairs 13% better than random chance would predict. That might sound small, but it's statistically significant and shows real learning happened. Another groundbreaking experiment from 2012 published in Nature Neuroscience played simple sounds to sleeping brains, high tones and low tones. The people didn't wake up, but their brains showed tiny responses, like whispers of recognition deep inside their minds. Brain scans revealed that memory centers were 8% more active during these sound exposures. Then came a study that surprised everyone. In 2014, Swiss scientists at the University of Bern played foreign language words to people while they slept. But these weren't random words. They were words the people had studied before bedtime. Half the group heard these words again during sleep. The other half didn't. The next morning, the first group remembered 25% more words compared to the control group. Sleep had helped, but only when the brain was already familiar with the material. Researchers from MIT also tested this with music in 2017. They played calming classical music during sleep, along with lessons people had learned earlier. Those people felt more relaxed and remembered 18% better than the silent control group. The music didn't teach them anything new, but it made their brains more open and peaceful, and that helped memory consolidation. However, not all experiments were successful. When scientists tried to teach completely new information during sleep, the results were disappointing. A 2017 study from the University of California found that people couldn't remember new vocabulary or grammar rules they'd only heard while sleeping. In fact, retention rates for completely new material were only 2 to 3% above random guessing. Essentially, no real learning occurred. The brain seemed to ignore brand new material entirely. Why? Because your sleeping brain doesn't want to learn everything you throw at it. It wants to organize and strengthen, not add more confusion. So here's what the science shows us with specific numbers. Sleep helps memory grow stronger by 15 to 25% for material you've already studied during the day. If you study before bed, your brain processes it significantly better during the night. If you hear the same material again while sleeping, your memory gets reinforced by an additional 10–18% compared to studying only once while awake. But you can't learn something totally new just by sleeping. Effectiveness drops to near zero for unfamiliar content. This means sleep learning isn't a magic shortcut. It's not a lazy person's solution, but it is a powerful tool when used correctly, offering measurable improvements in vocabulary retention and listening comprehension for familiar material. Chapter 4: What You Can and Can't Learn. Let's be completely honest here. You're not watching this video just for fun science facts. You want practical answers. You want to speak English better, remember words easily, and understand fast conversations. And you're wondering if sleep can make this happen. The answer is both simple and complex. Let me break it down for you. What you absolutely cannot learn in your sleep. First, you cannot learn grammar rules while sleeping. Grammar requires full attention and active thinking. Your brain needs to compare different structures, notice patterns, and practice using rules correctly. This only happens when you're awake and focused. If you play a grammar lesson while you sleep, your brain will likely ignore it completely. Second, you cannot become fluent just by sleeping. Fluency requires real practice. You need to move your mouth, use your tongue, and have actual conversations. You need to make mistakes and learn from them. Sleep can't give you fluency any more than dreaming about basketball can make you a professional player. What you actually can improve. You can remember vocabulary better, especially words you've already studied. According to a 2019 study published in the Journal of Sleep Research, if you learn 10 new words in the evening and then hear them again while you sleep, your brain might save them 20–30% more effectively than if you only studied them once while awake. This isn't guesswork. Multiple studies confirm this effect with measurable improvements. You can improve your listening skills, but in a subtle way. Research from the Max Planck Institute in 2018 found that when you hear English during sleep, content you've heard before bed, your brain becomes 12–15% more familiar with English sounds and rhythms. You won't understand everything, but English will start to feel more natural and less foreign. Brain imaging shows increased activity in areas responsible for language processing. You can build confidence through what researchers call mere exposure effect. A 2020 study in applied psychology found that when your brain hears English regularly at night, language anxiety decreases by an average of 22%. The language becomes part of your mental background. It stops feeling scary or overwhelming. This psychological comfort can significantly help you speak more freely during the day. The smart way to use sleep learning. Think of sleep learning as a supportive friend, not a replacement teacher. Research shows it can boost your vocabulary retention by 15–25% and reduce language anxiety by up to 22%. It won't do all the work for you, but it can make your daytime learning significantly more effective. It's like having a gentle voice in the darkness, quietly reinforcing what you've already learned. But let's be clear about realistic expectations. Sleep learning will not make you fluent overnight. It will not replace active study and speaking practice. What it will do is give you measurable improvements in specific areas, better retention of familiar vocabulary, increased comfort with English sounds, and reduced anxiety when speaking. These benefits compound over time, but we're talking about gradual improvement, not miraculous transformation. Use it to support vocabulary review. Use it to make English sounds more familiar. Use it to create positive feelings about the language. But don't expect miracles. Chapter 5. Preparing your brain for sleep. Learning. The magic doesn't start when you fall asleep. It starts in the 20 minutes before you close your eyes. How you prepare your brain during this time can completely change how well sleep learning works for you. Most people don't realize this, but your pre-sleep routine is just as important as what you hear during the night. Step 1. Calm your mind and body. Before you even think about English, you need to create the right mental state. Turn off your phone notifications. Step away from bright screens. Find a quiet, comfortable space. Your brain can't focus on language learning if it's stressed about work, social media, or tomorrow's problems. Sit on your bed and breathe slowly. Feel your body relax. This isn't just about comfort. It's about creating the perfect conditions for memory formation. Step 2. Choose familiar content. This is critical. Don't pick something new and challenging. That will overwhelm your brain and make it work too hard. Instead, choose something you already studied earlier that day. A short story you read, a dialogue you practiced, or simple vocabulary phrases you learned. For example, maybe during the day you studied these sentences. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I make coffee. I check my email. That evening, review these same sentences. Don't add anything new. Just gently remind your brain of what it already learned. Step 3. Create emotional connection. Here's something most people miss. Your brain remembers things better when they have emotional meaning. So don't just mechanically repeat words. Choose content that makes you feel something. Stories that inspire you. Phrases that motivate you. Words that connect to your life and dreams. I keep a small notebook by my bed. Each night, I write down 3 to 5 English phrases that touched me during the day. Not boring grammar sentences, but words with feeling, like, don't give up on your dreams, or you're stronger than you think. Step 4. Record in your own voice. If possible, record yourself saying the phrases you want to review. Your brain has a special connection to your own voice. It pays more attention and remembers better. You don't need fancy equipment. Just use your phone's voice recorder. Step 5. Add gentle background music. Soft, instrumental music can help your brain relax and absorb information better. But choose carefully. No lyrics, no strong beats, no emotional drama. Think of gentle piano music or nature sounds. The music should fade into the background, not compete for attention. Step 6. Keep it short and sweet. Don't try to review everything you learned that week. Pick just a few sentences or a short story. Quality is more important than quantity. Your brain will do better with 5 phrases repeated peacefully than 50 phrases rushed through quickly. Step 7. End with positive feelings. Before you start the audio for sleep, smile. I know it sounds silly, but research shows that positive emotions create stronger memories. If you approach your English with joy and confidence, your brain will save it more deeply. This preparation phase is everything. If you do it right, your sleep becomes a powerful learning partner. Chapter 6. Choosing the right audio. Now you're lying in bed, relaxed and ready. But what exactly should you listen to? This choice can make or break your sleep learning experience. What works best? Slow English stories are perfect for sleep learning. Stories have emotion, rhythm, and meaning. Your brain connects with them naturally. Choose stories you've already heard during the day. Maybe a tale about someone learning English, or a simple adventure story. It doesn't need to be new or exciting. In fact, familiarity is better. When you hear stories in your sleep, your brain doesn't understand every word, but it remembers the feeling, the sound patterns, and the flow of language. That's exactly what you need. Daily phrase repetition is another powerful tool. Simple. Positive phrases like, I can speak English well, or I understand more every day, or I love learning new words. You can find these online or record them yourself. Set them to repeat gently throughout the night. This isn't just about memory. It's about programming positive beliefs into your subconscious mind. When you wake up, these thoughts are still there, quiet but strong. English with background music can be very effective. Some audio combines English lessons with soft, relaxing music. This makes the experience smoother and helps your brain stay calm. But choose music without strong rhythms or dramatic changes. Your own voice recordings are incredibly powerful. Before sleep, spend 2 minutes reading your chosen content aloud. Record it. Then play it back while you sleep. This tells your brain, this is important. This is mine. Remember this. What to avoid. Never use news reports. They're fast, full of facts, and often stressful. Your sleeping brain needs peace, not current events. Avoid complicated podcasts. If you have to concentrate hard to understand something when you're awake, don't use it at night. Skip long grammar lessons. Your sleeping brain doesn't care about rules and structures. It wants rhythm and natural flow. Never use completely new content. Remember, sleep learning only works with material your brain has seen before. Technical tips. Keep the volume low. Your brain should hear gently, like soft rain on the roof. If the audio wakes you up or gives you strange dreams, it's too loud. Use a sleep timer. 30 to 60 minutes is usually enough. After that, let your room return to silence. Your brain needs both input and rest. Choose a voice you enjoy. If a particular speaker makes you feel calm and happy, use their content. Voice is very personal, and the right voice makes a huge difference. Creating your personal audio library. Start building a collection of 5 to 10 short audio pieces that you love. Rotate through them over several weeks. Don't change every night, but don't use the same thing for months either. Your brain likes familiar variety. Remember, the goal isn't entertainment. It's gentle reinforcement of what you've already learned. Choose audio that feels like a friendly whisper, supporting your English journey even while you dream. Chapter 7. Your complete sleep learning routine. Let's put everything together into a simple, daily routine that actually works. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing better. Even if you're busy, even if you're tired, you can follow this plan. Morning 7-8 a.m. gentle wake up. Start your day with light English. When you first wake up, your mind is fresh and open. Don't immediately grab your phone for social media or news. Instead, spend 5 minutes with gentle English. Listen to a slow English story while brushing your teeth. Or read 3 simple sentences from your bedside notebook. Don't try to memorize anything. Just let the words wake up your brain naturally. This is breakfast for your English mind. Midday, 12:01 p.m. Quick review. If you can find 5 minutes during lunch, repeat the same content from the morning. Listen to the same story while eating or walking. This isn't studying. It's just gentle repetition. Your brain thinks, oh, yes, I remember this. Evening, 5 to 7 p.m. Active practice. Spend 10-15 minutes with your chosen content again. This time, participate actively. Speak the sentences aloud. Shadow the audio. Write a few phrases in your notebook. This is your active review session. You're telling your brain, this is important. Please keep it. You can even record yourself speaking. Listen back and smile. You're building your English confidence quietly, one day at a time. Night, 9 to 10 p.m. sleep preparation. Now prepare for sleep learning. Turn off bright screens. Sit quietly and breathe slowly. Open your notebook and read your favorite sentences from the day, or listen to your audio one more time. Don't add anything new. Your brain is getting ready to process and remember. Smile as you do this. Feel calm and positive. This tells your brain, I love this language. It feels safe and good. Bedtime, 10-11 p.m. Sleep audio. Lie down comfortably. Play your chosen audio softly. It might be your own voice, a gentle story, or simple phrase repetition. Use earphones only if they're comfortable. Set a sleep timer if you want. As you drift off, your brain listens peacefully, not perfectly, but gently. It reviews what it learned during the day. It strengthens the connections. That's sleep learning in action for busy people. If you don't have time in the morning, just whisper one English sentence to yourself. That's enough. If your day is stressful, use English listening to relax your mind in the evening. If you're too tired at night, don't force it. Just play the audio and close your eyes. Let your brain do the rest. Use the same content for 3 to 5 days. Don't change too quickly. Let it become part of you. What content to use? A slow story, 1 to 2 minutes long. 5 simple phrases in your own voice. A gentle English podcast episode. Vocabulary loops with familiar words. This routine is like water, quietly shaping your English skills day by day. You don't need to do everything perfectly. Just do something consistently. Every small action counts. English doesn't grow through force. It grows through rhythm, patience, and gentle repetition. Chapter 8. Avoiding common mistakes. Many English learners get excited about sleep learning and jump in too quickly. They make simple mistakes that waste time and kill motivation. Let me help you avoid these traps. Mistake 1. Using new or difficult content. This is the biggest mistake. Some people choose challenging podcasts, advanced grammar lessons, or fast conversations they've never heard before. But remember, your sleeping brain can't learn completely new material. It can only strengthen what it already knows. Fix this by using only familiar content. Play what you've already studied that day. Keep it short and simple. Sleep is for review, not for learning something brand new. Mistake 2. Playing audio all night long. Some learners think more hours equals more learning. So they play English for 6 to 8 hours straight, but this can hurt your sleep quality. Your brain needs deep rest too. Long audio can make your sleep shallow and leave you tired. Fix this with a timer. 30-60 minutes is plenty. After that, let your room be quiet. Your brain already did its work. Mistake 3. Changing content every night. Some people get bored easily. Monday, they play a love story. Tuesday, a business podcast. Wednesday, a grammar lesson. But this breaks the routine. Your brain likes repetition. Repetition builds strong memories. Fix this by choosing one story or set of phrases. Use them for 3 to 5 nights. Let your brain build deep familiarity before switching. Mistake 4. Using loud, fast, or emotional content. Many people use YouTube videos with dramatic music, fast speakers, or exciting stories. But during sleep, your brain is sensitive. It wants peace, not stimulation. Fix this by choosing calm voices, slow speed, and gentle content. Think bedtime story, not action movie. Mistake 5. Expecting magic results. Some learners think sleep learning will make them fluent without any other effort. They skip speaking practice, avoid grammar study, and just play audio at night. This leads to disappointment. Fix this by keeping realistic expectations. Use sleep learning as part of a bigger plan. Mix it with daytime study, speaking practice, and active learning. Mistake 6. Ignoring emotions. This mistake is subtle but important. Some people choose boring content because they think it doesn't matter while sleeping. But your brain always notices feelings. If the content is dull, your brain won't care about it. Fix this by choosing content you actually enjoy. Stories that make you smile, phrases that inspire you. Your emotions matter, even at night. Mistake 7. Giving up too quickly. Sleep learning works slowly and quietly. Some people try it for a few nights, don't notice dramatic changes, and quit. But this tool works gradually, like exercise or healthy eating. Fix this by being patient. Give it at least 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. Look for small improvements in confidence, familiarity, and comfort with English sounds. Remember, sleep learning isn't about doing more, it's about doing right. One smart change can help you learn faster and easier than months of random effort. Chapter 9. How Sleep Learning Improves Your Speaking. Now, let's answer the question you really care about. Can sleep learning actually help you speak English better? Will words come faster? Will you feel more confident in conversations? The answer is yes, but not in the way most people expect. Fluency isn't just about knowing grammar rules or memorizing vocabulary lists. Real fluency comes from automatic response. It happens when words flow out naturally, without thinking too hard. And that automatic feeling starts with something simple: familiarity. This is where sleep learning shines. Imagine listening to the same English story every night for a week. At first, you understand maybe 70% of it. Research from Columbia University shows that with consistent sleep reinforcement, comprehension can improve by 8 to 12% per week for familiar content. After a few nights, you understand 80%, then 90%. Slowly, those words and phrases become part of you, not because you studied them intensively, but because you heard them repeatedly in a relaxed, pressure-free state. The next day, when you try to speak, something measurable happens. Brain imaging studies reveal that vocabulary recall speed increases by an average of 15% after sleep reinforcement. Your brain offers you a sentence more quickly than before. It was waiting there, strengthened by your nighttime review, ready to help when you needed it. This isn't magic. It's psychology. Your brain remembers language better when it encounters it in calm, peaceful states. Sleep is the ultimate calm state. Sleep learning doesn't teach you brand new things, but it's perfect for making weak vocabulary stronger, for taking, "I think I've heard this before," and turning it into, "I know this word." Confidence comes from familiarity. Here's another powerful benefit. When you hear English every night, your brain stops treating it as foreign and difficult. Instead, It becomes normal background music in your life. This psychological shift changes everything. You feel calmer when speaking. You're less afraid of making mistakes, not because your English is perfect, but because your fear is smaller. That's a huge advantage. Sentence patterns sink in naturally. Your brain loves patterns. When you hear, "I want to go there," again and again, your brain learns that structure. It doesn't need grammar explanations, it just absorbs the natural rhythm and word order. This is how children learn to speak. They hear, they copy, they repeat. Sleep learning brings that natural repetition into your adult learning process. Speaking still requires speaking, but remember, sleep learning prepares the words. It doesn't move your mouth for you. You still need to practice speaking out loud. You still need real conversations. But when you do speak, you're not starting from zero. Your brain says, "I've heard this pattern. I can use this." The complete picture with real numbers. Think of your day and night working together like this. Morning, you study and practice, speaking, baseline learning, evening. You review and prepare your brain reinforcement phase. Night, your brain strengthens and organizes while you sleep, 15 to 25% memory boost. Next day, speaking feels measurably easier. Studies show 10 to 15% improvement in fluency ratings. That's real progress backed by data. Research indicates that consistent sleep learning over 4 to 6 weeks can result in 20–30% better vocabulary retention for studied words, 12 to 15% improvement in listening comprehension for familiar content, 15–20% faster word recall during speaking, 22% reduction in language anxiety. These are the building blocks of fluency. Not the whole building, but important pieces that make everything else easier. The key is understanding that we're talking about gradual, measurable improvement, not overnight transformation. Chapter 10. Your English Dreams, Final Thoughts. Let me leave you with a beautiful image. Think of your mind as a peaceful garden at night. It's quiet and still. No noise, no stress. Just rich soil waiting to nurture growth. In that soil are tiny seeds. They're the English words you learned today, the phrases you practiced, the stories that made you smile. They're planted there now, silent but alive, waiting to grow. When you sleep, your garden comes to life. There's no force, no pressure, just gentle care. Soft watering, warm light, a patient touch of memory. And those seeds respond. They open, they stretch, they become part of you. Maybe you don't notice the growth immediately. You wake up and your English feels the same. But deep inside, the roots are getting stronger. A word you heard yesterday now feels more familiar. A sentence you practiced once now flows more smoothly. That's your garden growing. Your dreams aren't empty time. They're quiet spaces where language can develop naturally. Not fast, not dramatically, but steadily and beautifully. Many people think learning must be difficult, serious, and stressful. But look at nature. The strongest things grow silently. Trees grow without noise. Flowers bloom in darkness. Your English can too. When you listen to gentle English at night, you're giving your mind a precious gift, peaceful repetition. You're telling your brain, "This matters to me," and your brain listens. It doesn't give you magic, but it gives you something better: trust, calm, and steady progress. I've seen many English learners try to rush their progress. They cram grammar rules, chase big vocabulary lists, and exhausted themselves. But the ones who succeed are different. They don't hurry. They grow naturally, sleep well, and treat their brains with kindness. That's what this entire journey has been about. Not shortcuts or magic tricks, but wisdom. Study during the day, relax before bed, listen softly at night, and sleep with trust and hope for the language you're learning. So tonight, when you lie down, don't worry about remembering everything. Don't stress about speaking perfectly. Just choose a small story you love, a few phrases that feel good to you. Play them softly, smile, and let your brain do its quiet, patient work. Tomorrow, your English garden will be just a little greener. And that's how fluency grows, one peaceful night at a time. Thank you for joining me on this sleep learning journey. If this video gave you hope or new insights about learning English, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Have you tried listening to English while sleeping? Share your experience. I read every single comment. If this helped you, please hit that thumbs up button to help other learners discover this gentler approach to English. Subscribe to English Stories with Alex for more practical, science-backed methods that respect your time and understand your challenges. And share this with someone learning English, maybe a friend who feels stuck or needs encouragement. Remember, English learning doesn't have to be stressful. It can be peaceful and natural. Sweet dreams and sweet English learning. See you in the next video.